皆さんこんにちは。ボーカルコーチののりこです。いつもこのチャンネルを応援していただきありがとうございます。今日はスペイン語のディクションの話をしましょう。とは言っても私はスペイン語を語学としてもディクションとしても学んだことがありません。全くの初心者です。アメリカの音楽大学ではディクションのクラスで英語、イタリア語、フランス語、そしてドイツ語を主に習います。私の伴奏者としての経験からいくつかのスペイン語の曲を弾いていますが、自分でスペイン語が読めるようになり、深く理解できるようになればさらにいいなと思っています。今日はルイザマリアという私の友人をお招きしています。彼女にスペイン語の響きについて少し語っていただきましょう。ルイザマリアはアメリカ生まれなんですけれども、スペイン語とアメリカ英語のバイリンガルです。彼女がどのようにしてバイリンガルになったか、そのいきさつやスペイン語の響きの特徴などについてインタビューしてみました。それではルイザマリア、よろしくお願いします。So, Luisa Maria, my first question is, what is your background as a bilingual speaker?
So, my family is originally from the Dominican Republic. I grew up in the United States, and interestingly enough, when I was a young child, I did not want to speak Spanish. And so my mother, when I was 6 years old, decided we should move to Dominican Republic. So I lived there for 4 years, and that is where I learned Spanish. When we moved to America, though, it was very interesting because I had to get used to being bilingual and speaking two languages in a place where everybody wanted you to just speak one. But my mother always used to say, being bilingual is a gift. So when I was 10, I said, this is my superpower. And from then on, I had to embrace it. And now I'm fluent in two languages, which is such a gift.
Thank you so much. Well, the next question is, how do you describe the beauty, or I would say character, of the Spanish language compared to English?
I think that what makes the Spanish language so beautiful and gives it character is the fluidity of the language. It's not quite like French or Italian, right, which you think of, this fluid, beautiful line. But it really does have a character to it that I think is helped by being a language that has so many different roots. There are about 20 countries around the world for whom Spanish is the official language. And so all of these different countries speak Spanish with different accents, and they have different colloquialisms and things that make the language just sound so beautiful. I think, if I quickly say, another thing that gives it character is that in Spanish, you have many words to describe one thing. In American English, people will say, I love you. But they'll also say, I love these earrings. In Spanish, not so much. There are many words to say I love you, or anything else that describes the range of emotions.
Thank you. Well, let's get into the Spanish language itself. So, how many vowels in Spanish language?
So in the Spanish language, there's traditionally 5 vowels. And they are A, E, I, O, U. And it's interesting, right? There are a variety of open and closed vowels that, when you're singing especially, are affected by the consonants that precede them and the ones that follow them. And so that is something that you have to get used to while you learn the language. When I was growing up, there were extra letters in the alphabet. In American English, we have 26 letters. In Spanish now, we have 27. And when I was growing up, we had 29. And so it's been very interesting to get used to having all of these different letters.
Thank you. My next question is, are there any particular sounds in Spanish makes the language unique?
So I think that what makes the Spanish language unique is the combinations of different letters and how they're pronounced depending on the region. I do think that something that's very unique to Spanish speakers is their ability to roll their R, right? The double R, that trill, right? When you're a kid, it's like you're born like, and so I think that that's something that's very unique. One of my personal favorites is what happens when you have a G, a U, and an A. It's gua. And I think that that's really interesting because you imagine GW. And so like my favorite words are guatemalteco or guanábana, which is guatemalteco is the word for a person from Guatemala and guanábana is the word for soursop.
Very interesting. And I never knew that rolled R is a very special sound in Spanish. My last question, is there any commonly known song that shows what we talked about?
Yes, so the song I can think of is called Arroz con leche. And it is a common nursery rhyme in all Latin America. Depending where you're from, which I'm from Dominican Republic, sometimes it has different phrases and lyrics, but it always has the same melody. So I would love to share it. So it goes. Arroz con leche se quiere casar con una viudita de la capital que sepa tejer, que sepa bordar, que ponga la aguja en su mismo lugar. Contigo sí, contigo no, contigo mi vida me casaré yo.
Luisamaria, it's so beautiful. Thank you for coming to Honey's studio today, and I hope we can get together sometime soon in the next future. Thank you. いかがでしたか？ルイザマリアの歌、素敵でしたね。また私が驚いたのは、スペイン語の中では巻き舌という響きがそれほど重要だとは想像だにしなかったです。ルイザマリアの話によると、彼女のいとこなんかは、家族の中で特訓されたというふうに喋っていました。それでは皆さんまたディクションの勉強を一緒にしていきましょうね。さようなら。